Hi guys, welcome to this week's reading vlog. So let's kind of go over what's going to happen this week. It is currently about 4 o'clock on Monday, and this week is going to be a little bit crazy. So I kind of talked about this in both my August TBR and last week's reading vlog. Last week was the beginning of the crazy month of August that is going to be happening this year. Obviously, this past weekend was Boston Comic Con, which you guys saw in last week's vlog, which I'll have links in the cards. This week, the first 2 days are fine. I work tomorrow from 3 to 6, and then Wednesday I go on vacation. I have to leave at like 3 a.m. because I fly out of Manchester, New Hampshire's airport at 8 o'clock, and we get to my destination about 11 a.m., between 11 and 2. I can't remember exactly when it is, but it's around that time period. And we're there until next week, next Wednesday. So that is kind of what's happening this week, and then the week next week, after I get back, which you guys will see more of, I am moving my brother into his dorm at college, and then I go back to school a couple weeks after that. So it's going to be a little bit crazy, but that's just kind of an overview of what's happening. As far as my reading, I am still currently reading Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, book 2 in the Throne of Glass series. I would like to get this done tonight because I'm not going to bring Air of Fire with me on vacation just because the 2 books I have picked out are pretty large. I think I'm only going to bring 2. I might bring 3. I'm on page 180 of this, still really loving it, and can't wait to finish this up and move on to Air of Fire. So that is that. And now I'm going to get into a little bit of a book haul, and by a little bit I mean it's going to be very large, and I'm going to talk more about these books in my monthly book haul, which will be going up after I get back from vacation. So I'll just show you guys kind of a sneak peek, and it's pretty much all the books that I have gotten. So my aunt was getting rid of some of her daughter's old books. Her daughter moved away and she left some books behind. She asked me if I wanted some, so I took like 20 of them. So I'm going to start off with the standalones, or books that are part of a series that I don't own the rest of. The first of those I have already read, and that is Percy Jackson in the Olympians, book 2, The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. You guys know I love Percy Jackson, so I'm really excited to have a copy of this. Next, I have Star Wars A New Hope, The Princess, the Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy by Alexandra Bracken. This is a Star Wars novel, as you guys can tell by the title. I love Star Wars, and I have been really in the mood to rewatch it or reread something that was adapted from the Star Wars movies. So that is why I saw this. I'm like, yep, that's mine. And I have read books by Alexandra Bracken before. I read The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding last year, and I saw the Darkest Minds movie a couple of weeks ago, so I'm really excited to have another book by her on my shelves. Then we have this one, which I honestly don't know anything about. Most of these books I don't know too much about, and that is Midnight Blue by Pauline Fisk. This is fantasy, and that's literally all I know. Then this one I just thought was kind of fun because I love doing this kind of stuff, and it is this puzzle crazy book that is brought to you by American Girl, which is obviously the doll brand. I love doing puzzles, and this one has lots of stuff. It's kind of meant for little kids, but I figured I like doing that kind of stuff, so I will take it with me. Next is a very popular psychological thriller, mystery, horror. I can't remember. I don't know what you would classify that as, but it is Room by Emma Donoghue. Like I said, this I know is in the horror mystery genre, and it follows the perspective of a 5-year-old who has been kind of imprisonated by a psychopath with his mother, and he's trying to escape. So that sounds interesting. So I'm really excited to have that. And the last book that is a standalone is also one I have read and I'm so excited about, and that is Legend by Marie Lu. This is book 1 in the Legend trilogy, which is one of my favorite series of all time. So excited to have this. If you guys saw the video I put up, I think it was on Friday of last week, I'll link that in the cards as well. I want to reread Legend before the movie comes out. I believe it's going to be a movie. I could be wrong on that. But I been meaning to reread this since I read it back in 2016, so I'm really excited to have the first book on my shelves. Now let's get into some of the series. So I have 2 series in their completion here. This first one, I have everyone except for 1 book. That is the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. I didn't read these as a kid because I wasn't a big reader, so let me fix my camera. So I have everyone except for the 3rd book. So the first one of the books is The Magician's Nephew. Then we have probably the most famous one of all, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Then again, I don't have book 3. And then I have book 4, Prince Caspian. Book 5, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Book 6 is The Silver Chair. And last but not least is book 7, The Last Battle. So like I said, I didn't read these as a kid and I really want to read them now as a 21-year-old. So we'll see when I get to these. And the only other series that I got is also a pretty large series, and that is, hold on, let me grab them. I got all 5 books that are currently out in the A Song of Ice and Fire series, aka Game of Thrones. So first book is A Game of Thrones. Then we have A Storm of Swords. I really cannot say that. Actually, that's book 3. These are completely out of order. Book 2 would be A Clash of Kings, then A Storm of Swords, which is book 3. Just realized that. Book 4 is A Feast for Crows. And finally, book 5 is A Dance with Dragons. And these are all by George R.R. Martin. And you guys probably have heard of the TV show. If not, you watch it. I have started the TV show and I do like it. I got 3 episodes in before I stopped watching it for now, and that was last August. It was actually around this time last year I was watching that. But I think I want to at least check out the books. I did start the first one during Tome Topple last year, but never finished it. So hopefully I can do that sometime, maybe later this year, early next year. We'll have to see. And then I do have a few books that I picked up in the library today. So the first one of those, I picked up 3, is Good Me, Bad Me, and this is by Allie Land. This is the Deadly Divas Book Club Book of the Month for the month of August, and our live show is on August 29th, I want to say, sometime around there. So that is hosted by my friend Lisa over at Books and Smiles, who I'll link down below. I know nothing about this book, so that's how I go into psychological thrillers, is not knowing anything. The next one I picked up is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This is a adult fantasy book, and it is, I believe, a Beauty and the Beast retelling that takes place in Russia. Something along those lines. I know the second book in this series just came out and it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and I kind of heard that this one has Beauty and the Beast elements, so that's interesting. And the last book I picked up from my library today is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. It's book 4 in the Third Glass series. Since I am rereading it, I decided just to grab all the ones my library had. So I have Crown of Midnight out right now, but I have to return that as soon as I get back from vacation. I also have Air of Fire out, and then Queen of Shadows. I own Empire of Storms, so I'm just going to have to binge read these. So that is my update. It's kind of long, but you know, I'm excited about all the books I have out, what I'm reading, what I got from my aunt and cousin. It's going to be a good time reading in the next few months. So that is it for now, guys. I will see you later. Morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It is currently 12:30, so it's just past noon, so technically it's afternoon, but anyways, as far as my reading, I have gotten quite a bit of reading done. I am now on page 240 of Crown of Midnight, so I am past the halfway mark. I want to finish this tonight if it is the last thing I do, so hopefully that will happen. I do have to wake up pretty early tomorrow due to my flight from Manchester to Savannah, Georgia, so hopefully I can get the last 150, 200 pages done before I have to go to bed. So we'll see what happens there. As far as what I have planned for the rest of the day, I have been filming all morning because I have to have videos go up while I'm gone. So I have one going up tomorrow and I have one going up on Friday. I still have to film next Wednesday's video, but I might be back in time to get that up. I'm not quite sure yet, so I might not have to film that, but I don't know yet. I will let you guys know. But I've been filming all morning. Now I'm just watching some YouTube, and then I'm going to read before I go to work at 3. So I will check with you guys when I get back from work. Well, hello guys, and happy Thursday. It is currently about 5:30, and I have made it to my vacation spot. I did take a couple of shots at the airport in Manchester, so you guys would have already seen it. It was a clip before this. Currently we are in South Carolina. We are at Fripp Island, which is a small island off the coast of Beaufort. It's about an hour north of the Georgia border, and me, my brother, and my dad are just doing some golfing at their driving range, and we're actually going to go golfing tomorrow because this is a resort island and it's like a golf course. So that's kind of fun. I'll show you guys some shots around the island, kind of what it looks like a little bit later in the vlog, but that's kind of where we're at right now. I will update you on my reading when I get home, so I will see you then. Happy Saturday. So it is currently like 11 o'clock at night, and I just realized I haven't updated you since Thursday. So it's been kind of crazy. Really nothing really has happened, but I figured I'll check in, tell you guys what's been going on, and give you an update on my reading. So on Thursday, when I asked you guys, I was going on the putting green driver's range at a local golf place here on this island that I'm staying on, which I talked about in that clip. And then the next day we actually went golfing. We did a full 14-hole round of golf, me, my brother, my mom, and my dad. That was really fun. We actually went over to Paris Island, which, if you guys don't know, is actually a Marine Corps base about 45 minutes north of where I'm staying. And I just want to say, if you are a veteran or you are currently serving in the military, thank you so much for your service. I am the daughter of a veteran. My dad was in the Army, so I have a huge respect. And when I went over to Paris Island and we got to see a little bit of the base, it was really eye-opening. It's cool to see, but it does, maybe realize kind of what our soldiers fighting in the wars or even basic boot camp do go through. So again, thank you so much for your service. We saw the base, went golfing. It was a really good day. Not so much for me as far as golfing. I kind of suck at it, but the island is beautiful and it was perfect as far as the weather. So it was a good day, and that's that. And then as far as reading, I haven't done a ton. So on Wednesday, when I flew out from Manchester to Savannah, Georgia, I did get a lot of reading done on the plane. So I was still reading Crown of Midnight by Sarah Jane Ashe at that time. And I want to say by the time we landed in Savannah, I had like 30 pages left in this, maybe less than that. It wasn't that much. And then I took a couple of days off to spend time with my family, hence why I haven't been vlogging a lot this week. And today I actually finished Crown of Midnight, and I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said many times before, this is my favorite book in the Throne of Glass series, so I am very excited to have finished my reread of this. And I have moved on to, I wasn't planning on bringing this down, but I decided why not. So I brought Airfire with me, and I am on what page am I on? 18 of this, and this is almost 600 pages, so this might take me a while to read. So that's really all I have to update on. How much vlogging I'm going to get done for the next couple of days. We leave to go back home to Boston on Tuesday, so these next couple of days, of course I'll end the vlog on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of vlogging done, but I will certainly try to update you guys. So that is it for tonight, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow.